Good morning, student. Today I am going to solve some numericals which is based on magnetic effect of current. And student, I have already solved question from 1 to 14. Now I am going to solve question number 17, which is from NCERT. And question, listen carefully. A toroid has a core non-ferromagnetic material of inner radius 25 centimeter and outer radius 26 centimeter, around which 3500 turns of wire are bound. If the current in the wire is 11 ampere, what is the magnetic field? First, outside the toroid; second, inside the core of toroid; and third, in the empty space surrounded by the toroid. So student, in derivation of toroid, I have already explained that magnetic field outside the toroid, exterior to the toroid, that is what? 0. And magnetic field in the open space inside the toroid, magnetic field in the open space of interior to the toroid, that is what? Also 0. Magnetic field only remain in the core of the toroid, and its formula comes out to be that, student, B equal to mu naught capital Ni by L, and here R1 and R2, which is given radius of inner radius 25 centimeter and outer radius 26 centimeter. So we have to find the mean radius of the toroid. So mean radius, that is what? R1 plus R2 by 2, and we can use formula magnetic inside the core of the toroid, B equal to mu naught capital Ni by L, and in place of L we put, that is what? Circumference of circle, that is 2 pi r, but here 2 pi r1 plus r2 by 2. So student, the value given, which is question number 17, inner radius, that is what? R1 25 centimeter, and it is written as 0.25 meter, and R2, that is what? Which is also given 26 centimeter, and its value is also 0.26 meter. Total number of turns, that is 3500, which is given, and current flowing through the toroid, that is what? 11 ampere. What is the magnetic field outside the toroid? So first, magnetic field outside the toroid, that is what? 0. You know that. First answer. And third answer is also in the empty space. In the empty space means what? Just like that, what? In the empty space, here and here, exterior, that is what? Empty space. So empty space, exterior to toroid, magnetic field 0, and empty space surrounded by the toroid is also, that is what? 0. So C part, magnetic field in the empty space will also be that is what? 0. So this is the first answer and second answer. Magnetic field outside the toroid, you know that is what? 0. Magnetic field in the empty space will also be 0. Already I have explained to you that in the derivation of toroid. And B part, that is what? Magnetic field inside toroid, inside core of toroid, So student, you know that formula for toroid magnetic field inside core of toroid, that is what? Mu naught Ni by, that is what? L, and we put mu naught, its value, that is what? 4 pi into 10 to the power minus 7, and this is 3500, which is given, and I, which is what? 11. And student, that is what? Core of the toroid means what? The length, that is what? 2 pi, but inner radius R1 and outer radius, that is what? R2. So mean radius we have taken here R1 plus R2 by what? 2, and this will be cancel out, student. Pi will also be cancel out. So we can write 4, 11 4 ja 44, and student, 11 4 ja 44, and this 20, which is also written, that is what? 10 to the power minus, that is what? That is minus 5, and below, that is what? R1 plus R2 means what? We can write here 25 plus 26, and student, we take here 10 to the power minus 2. So it can be written as 44 into 35 into 10 to the power, that is what? 10 to the power minus 3 after solving this, and here, that is what? 50. So this is what? 51, and student, after solving this, magnetic field inside the core of the toroid comes out to be that 3.02 into 10 to the power minus 2 Tesla, and this is the answer. And after solving this, you can solve it, and after solving this, magnetic field in the core of the toroid comes out to be that 3.02 into 10 to the power minus 2 Tesla, and this is the answer, magnetic field inside core of the toroid. Next question, question number 19. An electron emitted by a heated cathode and accelerated through a potential difference of 2 kilovolt enters in a region with a uniform magnetic field of 0.15 T. Determine the trajectory of the electron if the field first is transverse to its initial velocity, B, makes an angle of 30 degree with the initial velocity. So student, here potential difference which is given V 2 kilovolt 2 kV, and magnetic field which is given 0.15 T, and we have to find first trajectory of electron, trajectory of electron. We find trajectory of electron if a field first is transverse to its initial velocity, and second, B, makes an angle 30 degree with initial velocity. So student, I have already explained the derivation, motion of a charged particle in a magnetic field. So when charged particle enters into the magnetic field perpendicularly, the charged particles moves in a circular path, and when charged particles makes an angle theta with the direction of magnetic field, then charged particle moves in a helical path. So here we have to find what is the trajectory of electron. So trajectory, that will be clear. In first case, trajectory means path of the electron, that is what, circular. In second case, that is what, path of the electron, that is what, helical. And what is the radius of the circular path in first case, and also radius of the circular path in second case. So first case, an electron emitted by a heated cathode and accelerated through a potential difference of 2 kilovolt. It means what? These electrons are gain in kinetic energy when work is done on it, because potential difference acting on it, that is what, 2 kilovolts. So student, first case we have to find trajectory of electron if field is transferred to the initial velocity. So if v is the velocity, if v is velocity gained by the electron, gained by the, if v the velocity gained by the electron when it accelerated through a potential difference of v. So work done on electron, which is gain in kinetic energy. So work done on electron, which is equal to gain in kinetic energy. So work done, that is what, you know that V equal to what, W by Q. So W is equal to what, W, that is what, Q into V, and here electrons, so that is what, work done, that is what, EV. So work done on the electron, that is what, EV. Gaining kinetic energy, because initially electron at rest, but it accelerated through a potential difference, so kinetic energy of electron increases, so that is what, half mv square. So this is the potential difference and this is velocity. So velocity of electron can be calculated by root 2ev by 2ev by m. And student, putting the value of this, you know that charge on electron 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19, and here potential difference 2 kilovolt. It means what, 2 into 10 to the power 3 divided by mass of electron, and it is given. Student, for easy calculation we put here mass of electron, that is what, nearly 9. So that is what, 9 into 10 to the power minus 31. For easy calculation we take 9 into 10 to the power minus 31, not 9.1. So students, see here carefully, that is what, if this point comes to here 10 to the power 20 and 20, and when this comes to upper side, so it comes out to be that 28. So it comes out to be that, student, after 2 to 4, and this will be 16, and this will be 10 to the power minus 20, and this will be when it moves in the numerator, so that will be what? This will be plus 34, 10 to the power 34, and here that is what we have taken, that is what, 9. And student, and after solving this we get V comes out to be that is what, 2, 4, 3. So V comes out to be that is what, 2 and 4, that is what, 8, and 9, that is what, 3. And student, 10 to the power 14, here the remaining, so that is what, so velocity comes out to be nearly, it must be remembered, mass of electron we have taken only 9 into 10 to the power minus 31, not actual 9.1. for solving calculation easy way. So this is the velocity of electron acquired, 8 by 3 into 10 to the power 7 meter per second. And student, you know that when electron enters into the magnetic field perpendicularly, so electron experience a magnetic force EVB sin 90, and this magnetic force provides the electron, and this force is perpendicular to the magnetic field as well as what, velocity of charged particles. So charged particles moves in a circular path, and the magnetic force provides a necessary centripetal force to move the charged particles in a circular path. So in this case, so R comes out to be that here, student, that is here V comes out to be that 8 by 3 into 10 to the power 7 meter per second, and trajectory and magnetic force that is what, magnetic force which is centripetal, provide the necessary centripetal force, so EVB sin 90, which is equal to mv square by what, R. And student, this will be cancelled out, so what is the radius? The radius of circular path, that is mv by what, EB, and you know that this formula, and value, put the value of, so R, mass of electron, that is what, here 9.1 into 10 to the power minus 31, velocity, that is what, 8 by 3 into 10 to the power 7, and student, 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19, charge on electron, and magnetic field which is given 0.15. And student, after solving this we get the answer comes out to be that 1 into 10 to the power minus 3 meter. So radius of circular path, and it can be written as 1 mm. And the trajectory of the electron, that is what, trajectory of electron is circular. So this is the trajectory of electron. And student, second case, when field makes an angle 30 degree with the initial velocity, so electrons enters into the magnetic field with angle 30 degree, which magnetic field makes with what, initial velocity of, so velocity of electron resolve into two components. Horizontal component of the velocity, which is along the direction of the magnetic field, and the charged particles, means electron does not experience force in the direction of the magnetic field, and charged particle moves undeflected. It means in the direction of the magnetic field, charged particle will velocity of charged particle remain same, but vertical component of the initial velocity of charged particles, means electron, which is v sin theta, and this component experience a force, and this force provide a centripetal force to move the electron in a circular path. So one component, horizontal component of the electron, velocity of electron, move the charged particle, means electron, along the direction of the magnetic field, and in this direction charged particle does not experience any force, whereas vertical component v sin theta charged particles experience a magnetic force, and this magnetic force provide a necessary centripetal force, and charged particle moves in a circular path, and its component, that is what, v sine 30 degree. So one component of the velocity moves along horizontal direction, one component of velocity moves perpendicular. So the two component which are two mutually perpendicular component of the velocity. So nature of the charged particle, that is what, helical. So in this case, if the field makes an angle 30 degree with the initial velocity, the charged particle moves in a what, helical path. So second part, student, second part, if field makes an angle, so second part, if field makes an angle 30 degree with the initial velocity, so initial velocity component of initial velocity of electron, initial velocity of electron along the direction of magnetic field, along the direction of magnetic field, and student, it comes out to be, that is what, v cos 30 degree, and v already we have calculated, that is what, 8 by 3 into 10 to the power, that is what, 7, and cos 30, that is what, root 3 by 2 meter per second. With this velocity, charged particles moves along the direction of the magnetic field, and in this direction, charged particles means electron does not experience any force, and charged particles moves in a straight line path. Component of first, component second, component of initial velocity perpendicular to the component of v, component of initial velocity of electron perpendicular to b, that is what, v perpendicular, you know that. So that is what, v sine 30, here angle 30, and v, that is what, 8 by 3, that is what, 10 to the power 7, sine 30, that is what, 1 by 2, so that is what, 4 by 3, so 4 by 3 into 10 to the power, that is what, 7 meter per second. And student, charged particles, due to parallel component of the initial velocity, charged particles moves in a straight line path. Perpendicular component of the charged particle means electron moves in a what, circular path. So resultant path of, so resultant path means trajectory of electron is helical, and radius of circular path r perpendicular can be written as r perpendicular, that is what, we know the formula, r equal to mv by what, eb, and student, v, that is what, here v perpendicular component, so we can write mv, that is what, we can write v sine 30 degree, and that is what, eb, and student, already I have calculated this value, mass of electron, velocity of electron, charge on electron, its value, that is what, 1 mm, and sine 30, that is what, 1 by 2, so only 0.5 mm comes out to be that, and putting the value of this, and putting this value, and r radius of circular path in this case comes out to be that 9.1 into 10 to the power minus 31, V, that is what? 8 by 3 into 10 to the power 7. Sine 30, that is what? 1 by 2. And E, that is what? 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19. And B, that is what? 0.15. And student, its value already I have calculated in previous case, which is what? 1 mm, and divided by this. So radius of circular path comes out to be that is what? 0.5 mm. So in first case, when electron transfers to the magnetic field, electron moves in a circular path. And second case, if magnetic field makes an angle 30 degree with the initial velocity of electron, then charge particle moves in a helical path. And next question, student, question number 20. Next one is question number 20. Question number 20, that is question number 20. Listen carefully. A magnetic field set up using Helmholtz coils, as in case of question number 16. So listen carefully. A magnetic field set up using Helmholtz coil is uniform in a small region and has a magnitude of 0.75 T. It means what? Helmholtz coil produce a magnetic field in a small region. Its value, that is what? 0.75 T. Clear? In the same region, a uniform electrostatic field is maintained in a direction normal to the common axis of the coil. So here magnetic field and electrostatic field both are there, and which are perpendicular to each other and in a direction normal to the common axis of the coils. A narrow beam of single species charged particles. A narrow beam of single species charged particles, all accelerated through a 15 kilovolt, enters this region in a direction perpendicular to both the axis of the coils and the electrostatic fields. If the beam remains undeflected when the electrostatic field, that is what? Given 9 into 10 to the power 5 volt per meter, make a simple guess so to what the beam contains. Why is the answer not unique? Once again, listen carefully. Question. A magnetic field set up using Helmholtz coil is uniform in a small region and has a magnitude of 0.75 T. In the same region, a uniform electrostatic field is maintained in a direction normal to the common axis of the coil. A narrow beam of single species charged particles, all accelerated through 15 kilovolt, enters this region in a direction perpendicular to both the axis of the coil and the electrostatic field. If the beam remains undeflected when the electrostatic field is 9 into 10 to the power 5 volt per meter, make a simple guess so to what the beam contains. Why is the answer not unique? So in student, here only we have to calculate the which particles is this, and we have to find charge to mass ratio, and answer is not unique. It means what? Different particle will also acquire the same charge to mass ratio. So first of all, we have to find charge to mass ratio, and here a narrow beam of charged particles enters perpendicular to both magnetic field as well as electrostatic field, and charged particles remain undeflected. So already I have explained to you that in a velocity selector, if charged particle enters perpendicular to both electrostatic and magnetic field and charged particles remains undeflected, move straight line path, then magnetic force must be equal to what? Electrostatic force. So in this case, when charged particle remains undeflected, that is, magnetic force must be equal to electrostatic force, and magnetic force, that is what? Here EVB sin and t, and electrostatic force, that is what? EE, and you know that. So velocity of charged particle comes out to be that is what? E by v. This is equation 1. And electron, and student, it is also given that a narrow beam of charged particles all accelerated through 15 kilovolt enters this region in a direction perpendicular to both the axis of the coil and the electrostatic field. So charged particles are accelerated. So charged particles are accelerated. It means what? Gain in kinetic energy, which is equal to what? Work done on it. Already I have calculated in the previous. So gain in kinetic energy, work done on the charged particle when it will be accelerated through a potential difference of what? V. So student, we have to find E by m ratio here. So that is what? We put here 1 by 2 m v square by what? V. This comes out to here, that is what? E by m. And student, we put here from equation 1 value of v can be written here. So that is what? E by m can be written as 1 by 2. In place of v we put E by b. So E by b whole square and divided by, that is what? V, and putting the value of all these, and student 1 by 2, and E, that is what? 9 into 10 to the power 5, and B, that is what? 0.75 Tesla whole square, and accelerated through a potential difference which is given 15 kilovolt. So V also given, that is what? 15 kilovolt. So 15 into 10 to the power 3 volt. So it can be written as 15 into 10 to the power 3 volt. And student, it can be written as, that is what? 1 by 2 into 81 10 to the power 10, and it can be written as 0.75 into 0.75, and here that is what? 15 into 10 to the power 3 E by m, charge to mass ratio. And student, it comes out to be that this charge to mass ratio comes out to be that 4.8 into 10 to the power 7, that is what? Coulomb by kg. E by m, which comes out to be that 4.8 into 10 to the power 7 Coulomb per kg. So student, after solving this, E by m comes out to be that 4.8 into 10 to the power 7 Coulomb per kg. So student, for deuteron, now I am going to take the example of deuteron. For deuterons, their charge to mass ratio can be calculated, student. So that is what? Charge, that is what? 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19, and this mass, that is what? 2 into mass of proton, that is 1.67 into 10 to the power minus 27 kg, Coulomb per kg. And student, for deuterons, E by M ratio for deuteron after solving this comes out to be that same value, that is what, 4.8 into 10 to the power 7 coulomb per kg. So we can say that particle may be deuterons because its charge to mass ratio is same as comes out to be that 4.8 into 10 to the power 7 coulomb per kg. So for deuteron, charge to mass ratio is also 4.8 into 10 to the power 7 coulomb per kg. So particle may be what? Deuterons. But student, this value of E by M, this value of E by M is also possible. Same value of E by M, same value of E by M also possible for He plus 2 and lithium plus 3. So for deuteron, charge to mass ratio is 4.8 into 10 to the power 7 coulomb per kg, which is same as the value which we have calculated, E by M 4.8 into 10 to the power 7 coulomb per kg. But in the question, answer is not unique because same value of E by M is also possible for helium He plus 2 and lithium plus 3. So this is the reason why answer is not unique. Next question, question number 21. A straight horizontal conducting rod of length 0.45 meter and mass 60 gram is suspended by two vertical wires at its end. The current of 5 ampere is set up in the rod through the wires. First, what magnetic field should be set up normal to the conductor in order that the tension in the wire is 0, first case. And second one, what will be the total tension in the wire if the direction of the current is reverse, keeping the magnetic field same as before, and we have take G equal to 9.8 meter per second square. Ignore the mass of the wire. So student, first we have to find what magnetic field should be set up normal to the conductor in order that tension in the wire is 0. So first of all student, given value, that is for 21, question number, length of the rod 0.45 meter, mass of the rod which is given 60 gram, it can be converted into 60 into 10 to the power minus 3 kg, and current flowing into the rod, that is what, 5 ampere, and we have to find first case magnetic field. And first case, when the tension in the wire, tension in the wire is 0 only case, tension in the wires is 0 when upward force acting on a current carrying rod, tension in the wires is 0 when the upward force acting on a current carrying rod due to normal magnetic field. Tension in the wires is 0 when the upward force acting on a current carrying rod due to normal magnetic field that balances the weight of rod. So that is what? This is the rod and this is the wire. It will be what? Supporting. So tension in the wire, that is what? And weight of the rod, that is what? Mg. And magnetic force, that is what? It comes out to be, that is what? ILB. Direction of magnetic field, that is what? Normal to the rod. So only condition tension in the wire, only one condition in the tension in the wire is 0. It means force acting on the current carrying rod due to magnetic field, this force acting vertically upward, and that balances the weight of the rod. So we can find magnetic field. So here ILB, magnetic force, ILB sin 90, sin 91, and this will be what? Mg. So B can be found. So Mg by what? IL. M, that is what? Which is given 60 into 10 to the power minus 3. G we can take 9.8, and I, that is what? 5 ampere, and L, that is 0.45 meter. And after solving this, student, after solving this, its value comes out to be that 0.26 Tesla, and this is the answer for first case. Second case, what will be the total tension in the wire? What will be the total tension in the wire if the direction of the current is reversed? So if direction of the current is reversed, here current is flowing in the previous case, the force acting on the rod, that is what? Upward direction. When direction of the current is reversed, so direction of force will also be reversed. So in second case, when the direction of the current is reversed, so direction of magnetic force, which is also acting vertically downward, so total tension in the wire, which is equal to magnetic force ILB plus Mg. So second case, when second part, when direction of current is reversed, so direction of force also gets reversed, so total tension in the wire, which comes out to be that when direction is changed, so F, which is also acting downward direction, so here ILB plus weight of rod, and I, that is what? 5, length of rod 0.45, magnetic field 0.26, plus mass of, that is what? 60 into 10 to the power minus 3 kg, and G, that is what? 9.8. And student, after solving, tension in the wire comes out to be that, I am writing directly this value, you can solve it, 1.176 Newton. So total tension in the wire comes out to be that 1.176, you can solve it, and after solving, total tension in the wire comes out to be that, in second case, 1.176 Newton. Question number 22, student. The wires which connect the battery of an automobile to its starting motor carrying a current of 300 ampere for a short time. What is the force per unit length between the wires if they are 70 centimeter long and 1.5 centimeter apart, is the force attractive or repulsive? So student, current is flowing in this wire, that is what? In opposite direction. So nature of the force acting between the two straight current carrying wire, that is what? Repulsive in nature. And now we have to find force acting per unit length of the wire. And student, here value is given, current flowing in both the wire, that is what? 300 ampere. So I1 and I2, that is what? 300 ampere. Separation between these two wires, that is what? Which is 1.5 centimeter. Length of the wire, that is what? 70 centimeter. And we have to find force per unit length. So formula, that is what? Mu naught by 2 pi I1 I2 by R into L. But we have to find force per unit length of the wire. So here we take F by L, mu naught by what? 2 pi I1 I2 by R. So force per unit length acting between the two wires which carrying a straight wire carrying a current of 300 ampere each and separated by 1.5 centimeter. So we use the formula F by L equal to mu naught by 2 pi I1 I2 by R, and value of mu naught by 2 pi, that is what? 2 into 10 to the power minus 7, and I1, that is what? 300 into what? 300, and separation, this will be what? 1.5 into 10 to the power minus 2 meter. So only we use the R, 1.5 into 10 to the power minus 2. And student, it comes out to be that 2, 2, 4, 6, and 6 and 1 also, that is what? 7. So this will cancel out, 00, this will cancel out, this decimal cancel out with this one. 10 to the power 2, 4, 6 and then 7. This will be cancel out, and here comes out to be that student 2 into 3 into 3 by 15, and student 3 5 ja, and it comes out to be that is what? 6 by 5. Numerator and denominator multiply by 2, it comes out to be that is what? 12 by 10, and it can be written as 1.2, and answer, that is what? Newton per meter, because we have to find force per unit length of the wire, which is 1.2 Newton per meter, and the nature of force is what? Nature of force, that is what? Repulsive. Nature of force, that is repulsive, because current is flowing in both the wires in opposite direction. Thank you.